Hello, people. What's up? What's up? What's up? People. Welcome back to lecture number 2 of SEBI regulations, people. Welcome to lecture number 2 of SEBI regulations. Yes, people. Without wasting any time, people, let's quickly get started with these SEBI regulations, people. Yesterday, quickly revise what we have learned till now. Okay, we covered yesterday 2 topics. Number 1 is the meaning of IPO. What is the meaning of IPO, people? IPO means offering shares to the public for the first time on stock exchange is the meaning of an IPO. Simple. Then what is the meaning of FPO, people? Once a company raises capital while IPO, after 1 or 2 years, if the company wants to again raise capital, then they will go for an FPO. Okay, people? FPO means, people, what? Further public offer. Now that next topic we understood was who are the key players in an IPO process. Who are the key players in the IPO? People, remember one thing, key players are different and intermediaries are different. Intermediaries are the one who help the key players in an IPO. Intermediaries are the ones who help the key players in an IPO. Who are the key players, people? 3 key players. Number 1 is issuer. The company that is raising capital is called as an issuer. Then number 2 is, people, NSDL and CDSL. Who are they? Before we begin to understand NSDL and CDSL, let's understand investors. We know now investors, where will they keep the electronic share certificates? They will keep the electronic share certificates in a digital locker. Digital locker means what, people? Demat. Now, where will the Demat accounts be held? Demat account will be held by the banks, and banks are the NSDL or CDSL. Very easy, people. Issuer is the Nicola, NSE and BSE is the market. In case if you want to sell or buy your shares, you will go to the market, that is National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange, people. And what is the meaning of NSDL and CDSL? NSDL, CDSL are the bank, and bank contain digital locker. Digital locker means what, people? Demat account. Now, NSDL, CDSL full form, people, National Securities Depositories Limited, and CDSL means what, people? Central Depositories Services Limited. Cool, people. Till here, yesterday we have completed. Now, people, we are done with this. We are done with second topic. Now, before we begin with the eligibility of issuer, people, we need to understand who are the intermediaries, who are the ones that help the key players in an IPO process. First, we will cover, people, 4th and number 5, and then we'll come to the eligibility of the issuer. Cool, people. Without wasting any time, people, let's get started. Yes, people. The first intermediary is, people, merchant banker. Merchant banker. Where is he? Yes, merchant banker is the first intermediary. People, always remember one thing, merchant banker does 3 things. Merchant banker is different and banker is different, people. Do not get confused with the 2 terms. What is the meaning of merchant banker? Merchant banker helps in the overall documentation process, number 1. Number 2, he acts as the guide for the company in IPO process. Number 3, he sets the share price of the company's shares. Number 4, he ensures that IPO reaches the investors. Example of merchant banker, people, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley are the merchant bankers. Okay, people. Now let's read this. The issuer must appoint 1 or more merchant banker to manage the IPO. Now people, in case if a company is raising a lot of capital, like 10,000 crores, 20,000 crores, in that case people, it is not possible for one single merchant banker to take care of the entire IPO process. And that is the reason why people, company may appoint one, two or more merchant bankers. Now if a company appoints two or more merchant bankers, one merchant banker will coordinate all the activities with the other merchant banker, and that merchant banker is called as the lead merchant banker. Lead merchant banker. This lead merchant banker will act as the coordinator with the other merchant bankers. Easy people. Now do you think people, company is into the business people? Now do you think company will have time to focus so much on IPO process? No. For that, specialized people are appointed, and that is called as merchant banker. Now I've told you four things. Merchant banker takes care of the entire documentation of the IPO process. Number two, merchant banker acts as a guide for the IPO process in the company. Number three, merchant banker sets the price of shares. And number four is people, merchant banker. What he does people? He ensures that IPO reaches the investors. So we are done with the 4 points people. Now let's quickly read it. The lead merchant banker is responsible for overall coordination and compliance with the regulation. Now people, I want you guys to write it down, whatever I'm writing now. Okay, we're going to understand how many intermediaries are there people. One sec. Merchant banker we are going to study, then registrar to the issue we are going to understand, then what is the meaning of underwriters? Beautiful concept people, beautiful concept. Underwriters meaning we are going to understand. Number four is we are going to understand banker to the issue, and last is syndicate member. 5 intermediaries we are going to understand. Number one is, let's start with merchant banker people. Merchant banker. People write it down, whatever I am writing, okay? Intermediaries. People, this is called as mind map, okay? Now you will get an idea of what does mind map look like. Number one is, okay, let's change the color people now. Merchant banker. He acts as the main guide in the IPO process. We know this people, he acts as the main guide of the entire IPO process. He guides the company how the company can go for an IPO. Every single thing will be taken care by merchant banker. Number two people, he prepares documents plus he sets the price of shares, plus he does one more thing, he ensures that IPO reaches the investors. Example people, JP Morgan Stanley. Right people, quickly let's understand meaning of merchant banker. Tell me people, merchant banker acts as a main guide in the entire IPO process. Number one. Number two, he prepares documents, he sets the price of shares, and lastly people, he ensures that IPO reaches the investors. How will the investor know that Zomato is raising capital through IPO? How will the investor know? Using merchant banker. Merchant banker will take care of all the activities. Cool people. Now, next intermediary that we're going to understand is people, registrar. Registrar people. Now let's understand what is the meaning of registrar. Registrar is people, who is he? He is the admin who handles all the requests from people who want to buy shares. They make sure that everyone gets the right amount of shares at the right time at the right price. They also keep track of all applications. So basically people, everything with respect to shares are handled by the registrar. Registrar is the admin who handles all the aspects and requests with respect to shares people. He ensures that shares are given to the right number of people at the right time at the right price. This is the work of a registrar people. Registrar. They also keep track of all the share applications. This is the work of registrar people. Now let's quickly write it down. Registrar. Registrar. Number one is people, he is the admin who handles all the aspects with respect to shares. He is the admin who handles all the aspects with respect to shares. From people wanting to buy shares. So registrar handles all the requests with respect to shares and ensures that people who want to buy shares, they can buy the shares, and ensure that right number of shares are given to right number of people at the right price at the right time. This is the work of a registrar people. He ensures that everyone gets the right amount of shares plus they keep track of all applications. Cool people? People, just one sec. Okay, so now people, we are done with the two intermediaries. Number one is merchant banker and number two is registrar. Okay, let's quickly revise registrar people. Registrar's work is he handles all the requests with respect to shares. He ensures that everyone gets the right number of shares at the right price at the right time, plus they also keep track of all the applications. They keep track of all the applications. Cool people? Now, the next intermediaries is my favorite people, favorite. I will tell you why. Next is underwriters people, underwriters. People, underwriters are like insurers. Underwriters are like insurers. They ensure that company is able to raise the entire capital that it wants to raise. They ensure that company raises the full amount that it had planned to raise. How is that possible, people? Now let's say people, Lenskart is issuing 10,000 shares. Lenskart is issuing 10,000 shares in an IPO. Only 9,000 shares have been subscribed. Remaining 1,000 shares have not been subscribed. Now what about those 1,000 shares, people? Those 1,000 shares will be subscribed by the underwriters. Underwriters, basically their job is to purchase the leftover shares. To purchase the leftover shares. Now the important question is, why would any underwriter purchase the leftover shares? What is he getting in return, people? He is getting a commission based on how many number of shares he is purchasing at what price. He is getting a commission based on how many shares he is purchasing at what price. Now again the important question is, people, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? The reason why is he doing that, people, he first is ensures that company is able to raise everything. Company is able to raise the entire capital. Underwriter's job is to ensure that company is able to raise the entire capital. Now, if underwriter is purchasing 1000 shares, people, if underwriter is purchasing 10,000 shares, company is issuing. Among these 10,000 shares, people, 9,000 shares have been subscribed by the public. Remaining 1,000 shares will be purchased by the underwriter. Purchased by the underwriter. Okay. Now the reason why is he doing is, people, once underwriter purchases the shares, after a certain period of time, he will gradually sell to the public. He will gradually sell to the public. In the end, people, in the end, if you see, the outcome is, people, public has purchased, public has subscribed to 10,000 shares. Public has purchased 10,000 shares. But during the IPO, people, only 9,000 shares have been subscribed. Now remaining 1,000 shares have been subscribed by the underwriters. Now in return, underwriters earning a commission. Now why is he doing that? Ensuring that company is able to raise the entire capital. Right, people? After 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, he will gradually, underwriter will sell the shares. He will release the shares to the public. He will release the shares to the public in the stock market. This is the job of an underwriter. This is the job of an underwriter. If people, imagine if underwriters were not there, if companies raising 10,000 shares at ₹10, then people, 1,000 shares into 10 rupees. Company is not able to get 10,000 rupees, people. It had originally planned for 1 lakh rupees. Now 10,000 rupees is not getting. Now over here, this gap is solved by the underwriter. This gap is solved by the underwriter. Basically, he promises that remaining shares will be purchased by us. Don't worry, you just pay us commission. This is the job of an underwriter. This is the job of an underwriter. Okay. Now let's, people, quickly read this underwriter. Underwriters are like guarantee providers. They guarantee that in case, don't worry, in case the public is not able to purchase your shares, don't worry, I will purchase your shares. Don't worry, I will purchase your shares. After a certain period of time, I will gradually release to the public, making sure that all your shares are there with the public. All your shares are there with the public. Now, people, let's quickly read it, okay? Underwriters are like guarantee providers in an IPO. They promise to buy any leftover shares that don't get sold in the market. They also help deciding the share price. They also help in deciding the share price. Cool, people. Now let's write it down. Let's draw the mind map, people. Quickly, let's draw the mind map. Underwriters. Number one is, people, they are like guarantee providers in IPO. Number two is, people, they promise to buy leftover shares that are not sold in the market. They promise to purchase the leftover shares that are not sold in the market. This is the main job of an underwriter, people. Now that we are done with 3 intermediaries, there are 2 intermediaries remaining, people. Let's understand. One more intermediary is my favorite, people. Favorite, syndicate member. But we'll understand that in the end. Beautiful concept. I am 100% sure that you are going to enjoy this concept like anything. But before that, people, let's quickly complete one easy intermediary, that is called as bankers to the issue. That is called as bankers to the issue. Where is the bankers to the issue? Okay, let's quickly read it. Quickly read it. The bankers handle all the money related transactions. Registrar handle all the share related aspects. But banker to the issue, they deal with all the money related transactions. They are responsible for what, people? They are responsible for receiving money from the investors who want to buy shares in the IPO. Supposing you and I want to purchase shares of Zomato IPO, you have purchased the shares. That means you will pay to the banker to the issue. Now, once all the investors have paid banker to the issue, if everything goes well, after that, banker to the issue will transfer all the money that they have received to the company. Banker to the issue will transfer all the money that they have received to the company, people. This is their main job. If I want to teach this to a 10-year-old, I will tell that banker's job is to receive money from the investors. Once they have received money from the investors, they will transfer the money back to the company for the purpose for which they were raising capital. Easy, people. Okay. Now let's quickly complete this topic. Banker to the issue. Bankers to the issue. Their job is, people, their job is to handle all the money related transactions. All the money related transactions. They are responsible for receiving money from investors. They are responsible for receiving money from the investors who want to buy shares in an IPO. Now, once IPO is done, people, once IPO is done, they will transfer the money back to the company. Once IPO is done, the money will be transferred to the company. The money will be transferred to the company. This is the basic meaning of merchant banker. Now, people, now comes my favorite, second favorite I will tell. Syndicate member. Syndicate member. Now, people, before we talk about syndicate member, people, I will tell you one thing. If Lenskart is raising money in an IPO, you will assume that price of shares will be fixed by Lenskart. If Lenskart is going for an IPO, now your first assumption would be the price of shares at which Lenskart want to issue to the general public would already be fixed. Right, people? You are right. You are right. But there is one more way of fixing the price. And that one more way is called as, people, book building mechanism. Book building mechanism. Okay. So there are two ways in which price of the shares can be fixed. Number one is, people, they are already predetermined by the Lenskart. They are already predetermined by the company. One more way is, people, one more way is called as book building mechanism. Now, what is the meaning of book building mechanism? One of the best methods, very creative methods of discovering the price. People, let's say you are into business, you have made a product, but you don't know at which price you need to sell to the public. You don't know what is the worth of your product. If you are in a business of, let's say, What should I take? Example. Let's take an example of mobile people. Mobile. Okay. Now you know the worth. You don't know the worth of the mobile. Okay. You know how amazing the mobile is, but you don't know at what price public would purchase this mobile for. You don't know at what price public will purchase this mobile for. You are scared. Now, if you fix the price as 1 lakh rupees, if you fix the price as 1 lakh rupees, there will be two situations. There is a possibility of two situations. Number one is public would feel as if the price is too much, or you will feel the price is too less. You will feel the price is too less. If the worth of this mobile phone is 1 lakh rupees, people, if the worth of the mobile is 1 lakh rupees, you are now afraid that if you sell this mobile for 1 lakh 50,000 rupees, nobody will purchase this mobile phone. At the same time, if you fix the price as 75,000 rupees, you are afraid that you will not get the money for which the mobile is worth for. Now the important question is, what will you do? Important question is, what will you do? You will ask the investors. You will ask the investors. Now, basically people, book building mechanism is consists of two things. Number one is selling all the shares you have, plus, this is the most important, selling all the shares that you have at maximum price. Book building mechanism is a way of discovering a price, that price where all your shares are sold in the market, but at maximum price. Book building mechanism is a way of discovering the maximum price at which all your shares are sold in the market. Now again the important question, people, how do you find out the maximum price? Okay, now let's understand this, people. Amazing concept. You're going to love it like anything. Yes, people. So, one sec, people. Now you will get confused unnecessarily. 1 second. Okay. Now, people, I am going to teach you something very, very important, that after learning this topic, people, you will go mad. After learning this topic, you will go mad, you will run here and there. This is one of the best methods that I have ever learned in SEBI regulations of discovering a price. Now, let's understand it, people. Let's say Lenskart wants to sell 5,000 shares. 5,000 shares at maximum price. Now we don't know what is the maximum prices, but our goal is to sell 5,000 shares at maximum price. This is our goal. Okay. Now that I've told you that if I want to sell this mobile phone, I will not sell it at a price lower than 90,000 rupees, because I know at least this mobile is worth 90,000 rupees. But I will also not sell it above 1,50,000 rupees, because I know that this mobile is not worth more than 1,50,000 rupees. Now, people, I know my price range. The same way, I know that my price range of the shares will be rupees 100 to rupees 500. I know that this is what the range of my share price will be. But I don't know between 100 to 500 what should be the share price. I don't know. That is the reason why people, we are going to use this book building mechanism to find out the price of shares. Book building mechanism to find out the price of shares. Okay. Let's write it down, heading people. Book building mechanism. Okay. Now people, now what I will do is, I told you book building mechanism is a way of asking the investor itself that for how much are you willing to buy shares? For how much are you willing to buy shares? Do you think people, all the investors will quote the exact same price? No. Some investors might quote more, some investors might quote less. So we will now invite bids from the investor. We will ask them, how much are you willing to purchase the shares for? Now people, if I give them the price range, I will receive bids from, let's say, A, B, C, D, E, F, G and okay, let's take till G. Okay, now A is saying that I want to purchase 2000 shares. I want to purchase 2000 shares at rupees 100. But B says I want to purchase 3000 shares at rupees 150. 3000 shares at rupees 150. C says I want to purchase 1000 shares at rupees 500. And D says I want to purchase 1000 shares at rupees 200. E says I want to purchase 2000 shares at rupees 300. F says I want to purchase 1000 shares at rupees 400. And G says I want to purchase 6000 shares at rupees 150. At rupees 150. Now the important question is, people, who will get the shares? First of all, who will get the shares is important. Now the important question is, who will get the shares? The important question is, who will get the shares, and then we'll find out the price. And then we'll find out the price. Now people, you tell me who will get the shares? Who will get the shares? Obviously, I will start from the one who wants to purchase maximum number of shares. He will always be the one who want to purchase maximum number of shares, people. Over here, people, over here, we know that, where is he? C is willing to pay more. C is the one who is willing to pay the maximum price, 500 rupees. Do you think anyone has offered to purchase shares more than 500 rupees? No. First is C. Then people, D wants to purchase for 200 rupees. But before D, people, it will come F. F is willing to purchase 1000 shares at 400 rupees. Then E is willing to purchase shares for 300 rupees. And then D is willing to purchase for 200 rupees. Now people, these are the ones who will not be counted at all, because they don't want to purchase shares at the price that we want. They don't want to purchase at the price that we want. So all three of them have given the lowest bid. So we will not consider them at all. All three of them will have submitted the lowest bids. So we will not consider them at all. But over here, people, tell me, maximum price was quoted by C. After that, maximum price was quoted by F. And then maximum price quoted by E. And then followed by, it is D, people. It is D. Now let's try to add them. 1000 shares plus 1000 is 2000. 2000 shares plus 2000 shares is 4000. 4000 shares plus 1000 is 5000. So people, obviously I know that I will give my shares to C, D, E and F. I will offer my shares to C, D, E and F. Why? Because I want to sell 5000 shares. I want to sell 5000 shares. But is it at fixed price? No. But at maximum price, I want to sell all my 5000 shares. I want to sell 5000 shares at maximum price. Now, who have quoted the maximum price, people? C has quoted the maximum price of 500 rupees. But how much is he willing to buy? 1000 shares. Now, remaining 4000 shares, would it be bought by C? No. Because he is only promised to purchase 1000 shares at 500 rupees. Now, we will go to the next person. Now, F is willing to buy 1000 shares at 400 rupees. Now, remaining 3000 shares are remaining. Then we'll come to E. E is going to purchase 2000 shares at 300 rupees. Now, remaining people, 1000 shares are remaining. Now, we will give to D. Why? Because he is the next person who has quoted the maximum price, that is 200 rupees. Now, the important question is, now that we know that, we will give the shares to C, D, E and F. We will give shares to C, D, E and F. Why? Because they have quoted the maximum price. Now, the important question is, what should be the price at which shares should be given to all of them? What should be the one price? What should be the one price at which you have to give shares to all four of them? C, D, E and F. You cannot give shares at different prices. No. Then it will be inequality. It will become inequality. So our goal is now to find the one price that could be sold to C, D, E and F. C, D, E and F. Now people, you tell me how are you going to find out the price? How are you going to find out the price? Tell me the one price. Tell me the one price among 500, 200, 300 and 400. Tell me the one price among these four prices. Tell me the one price among these four prices. One price where all four of them would be happily willing to buy. Obviously, people, you cannot, supposing if F is saying that I want to purchase shares at 400 rupees. Now you cannot sell them shares more than 400 rupees. If E is saying that I want to purchase shares at 300 rupees, you cannot sell them shares for more than 300 rupees. Same way it is applicable for D and C. Now people, over here people, we have to find the lowest price. Over here we have to find that one price that will be happily bought by all four of the investors. What will be that, people? It will be this is the answer. This is the answer. Now people, we know that C, D, E and F are the investors. We know that C, D, E and F are the investors. Now the question is, what is that one price at which all four of them would be happily willing to buy? All four of them would be happily willing to buy. Obviously people, it will be the lowest price. Now D is willing to pay 200 rupees. If we give them shares at 200 rupees, won't he happily buy the shares? Obviously the answer is yes, people. Now if we talk about C is willing to pay 500 rupees, but we are giving him at how much, people? 200 rupees. Won't he be super happy? Obviously yes, people. Same is for E and F. E and F want to purchase the shares for 300 rupees and 400 rupees, but we are giving them shares at how much, people? At 200 rupees. That's it, people. That's it. This is the answer. 200 rupees is the answer. This is how book building mechanism work. People, it is a very, very easy topic, people. I will again tell you. Our goal is to sell 5,000 shares, but we don't know the price. Our goal is to sell 5,000 shares, but we don't know what is the price. But We want to ensure that we want to give shares at the right price. Now question is, what is the right price, people? Now we will ask the investors, how much are you willing to pay? We'll ask the investors, how much are you willing to pay? A says 100 rupees, B says 150 rupees, G says 150 rupees. All three of them have given low bid, so we will cancel them out. C, D, E and F are the ones who wants to purchase shares at maximum price. Then people, what we will do is, we'll first find out the maximum price. Maximum price is, number one is C, but how much is he willing to buy, people? 1000 shares. Remaining 4000 shares will be bought by whom? Next we will find out. Next is F, will come to F. He is the second one who has quoted the maximum price. He has told that I will pay 400 rupees. But how much, for how much shares? 1000 shares. Now remain 3000 shares will be purchased by whom, people? Next we will come to E. Third is E. E is saying that I will pay 300 rupees. But how much? How many shares are you willing to buy? 2000 shares, 1000 shares, 1000 shares, 2000, 2000 plus 2000, 4000. But remaining 1000 shares will be bought by the fourth highest. Fourth highest. Now that we know who will get the shares, C, D, E and F will get the shares. Now we want to find out that one price at which all four of them will happily purchase the shares. That will be, the price will be lowest among them all. Lowest among them. This is the price, people. Very easy. This is called as book building mechanism. This is called as book building mechanism. Now that I have told you, people, there are two ways in which price can be discovered. Either the price will be predetermined by the company itself, or if the company don't know the value of their shares, the worth of the shares, they will ask the investors, now you tell us for how much are you willing to pay. This is called as book building mechanism. Based on demand and supply, book building mechanism is a way of identifying a price. Now people, why did I tell you this? I will tell you. The important question is, why did I tell you this? Because people, this entire process of book building is looked after by the syndicate member, that is the fifth intermediary. The entire process of book building is taken care by the syndicate member. In case of Zomato, people, who was a syndicate member? Zerodha was a syndicate member. Angel One can also be a syndicate member. HDFC Security can also be the syndicate member. Now let's read it out. Syndicate members help with the book building process, where the demand for shares determines the price. Demand for shares determine the price. Over here, company does not determine the share price. The demand for the shares determines the price. They also assist in distributing the shares and ensuring everything runs smoothly. Okay, but their main job is to help in the book building mechanism, like inviting bids from the public. Then once they invite, they will calculate who is willing to purchase at maximum price. They will find out and then they will fix the price. This entire process is taken care by the syndicate member, people. Now let's come to it. Syndicate member. Syndicate member. Number one is they help in book building process. They are responsible for allocating all the shares at the maximum price. Okay. Number two is they assist in distributing the shares plus ensuring that everything runs smoothly. Everything runs smoothly. This is their job. So people, today we have completed with 5 intermediaries. Today we have completed with the 5 intermediaries. Okay. So now people, let's quickly revise. Okay, there are how many intermediaries? There are 5 intermediaries. Number 1 is people, merchant banker. Merchant banker role is to take care of the entire documentation process. He acts as a guide in the IPO process. He ensures that IPO reaches the investors. He also sets the price of shares. And then that's it people. Example is JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley. Next is registrar. Registrar takes care of the entire share related aspects. Takes care of the entire share related aspects. Now what is his role? He handles all the requests from people who want to buy shares. He handles all the requests from the people who want to buy shares in an IPO. Everything with respect to shares are dealt by the registrar. Then he ensures that everyone gets the right amount of shares at the right price at the right time. Plus, he also keeps track of the share application. He also keeps track of share application. Then comes people underwriters. Underwriters, who are they? They are the guarantors in an IPO. They are the guarantee providers in an IPO. Now, which means what people? They promise to buy leftover shares of Zomato in an IPO process. They promise to buy leftover shares of an IPO process. They promise that if public is not purchasing your shares, don't worry, we will purchase a leftover amount of shares, but we guarantee that you will be able to raise the entire capital that you want to raise. After that, we will release the shares to the public gradually via stock exchange. But why are we doing it? We are doing it to earn commission in exchange. We are doing it to earn commission in exchange. Right, people? Then comes banker to the issue. What is the role of banker to the issue, people? Banker to the issue handle all the money related transactions. Banker to the issue handles all the money related transactions. Again, he does two things, people. He is responsible for receiving money from the investors. Once he has received money from the investors, once IPO is done, he will transfer this money to the company back. He will transfer this money to the company back, people. Then comes syndicate member. We know syndicate member helps in book building mechanism. Now, when we hear about book building mechanism, we know that there are two ways in determining the price. One is fixed by the company. Other is fixed by the investors. Other is fixed by the investors based on demand, people. Now, who takes care of the entire book building mechanism? Book building mechanism is taken care by syndicate member. Their job is to allocate all the shares at maximum price. Their job is to allocate all the shares at maximum price. Plus, they also assist in distributing the shares, plus ensuring that everything runs smoothly. This is the work of intermediaries, people. This is the work of intermediaries, people. Now, I want you guys to pause the video, draw the mind map in your notebooks. I want you to pause the video and draw the mind map in your notebook. When you learn using mind map, people, quickly you will be able to revise concepts as fast as possible, as efficient possible. Otherwise, what you will do is you will directly learn from the notes, which is very bookish and it contains a lot of text, which you will find it very difficult to revise in the end moment. That is the reason why, people, I have introduced mind maps. So people, quickly, I will give you 10 seconds, pause this video and then draw the mind map, and then people, we are done. Okay. Five, four, three, two, one, boom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, people. That's it, guys. That's it. Then I want you guys to write down this. Price of shares are determined by two ways. Number one is it is fixed by the company itself, and number two is book building mechanism. Book building mechanism means what, people? Selling all the shares at maximum price. Selling all the shares at maximum price. Now what is the meaning of maximum price? Now you will find out by this process, people, book building mechanism. So I want you guys to pause this video, quickly draw the mind map, and then only you have to leave the lecture, okay? Then only you have to leave the lecture. Very, very important, people. This is the structure in which we are going to follow for every single topic in every single chapter. Cool, people? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, people. That's it. Tomorrow we are going to cover with, okay, let's talk about today. Today we have completed with intermediaries and appointment of intermediaries. Okay, people, there is one more intermediate called as compliance. That is what we are going to learn tomorrow. Small topic, people, small topic. Once we are done this, people, then we will talk about the heart of the chapter. Heart of the chapter, that is eligibility of the issuer. Eligibility of the issuer we are going to understand. Okay, we are done with 4th and 5th. Cool, people. Remaining promoters contribution is remaining, and how are the shares allocated in an IPO is remaining. Then conditions for IPO will also be done, people. And last topic is pricing of shares. If we are done with this, people, you will be thorough with the SEBI regulations. Cool, people. After that, people, we will do the complete revision of the entire chapter in one lecture itself. After we are done with the revision, people, then we will be solving the module questions. After we solve the module questions, we will do test series where you are required to send us your answers, and we will send you the feedback of how do you improve your answers, and then people will solve the past year's question paper. We'll solve the past year's question paper. Cool, people. Now, those who are watching right now, one sec. I want you to drop a WhatsApp message on this number 9665195753753. Just say hi on WhatsApp and just type CMA Final Law. Hi, CMA Final Law. Those who are watching right now, people, you have to WhatsApp on this number, hi, CMA Final Law. Now, why am I saying this? When we'll be solving test series, people, I am going to give you question to solve. One question or 3 questions I'm going to give you, people. You have to write it down and send it to us on WhatsApp, okay? You have to write your answers down and then send it to us, and then we will send you the feedback on how to improve your answers on WhatsApp itself. And then I will give you past year's question to solve so that you will be in complete sync with us. Cool, people. So let's meet tomorrow, people. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow.